from the moment we walk in, I was like, okay, they were like, hey, our entire system is down. So anytime you need to get into your room, we just need to send someone up to like open the door for you. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's just like down right now. Shit happens. It was down for our entire trip. After we check in, I'm like, okay, it's time to get my money's worth. Head down to the buffet. Immediately had like explosive diarrhea. That continued every single time I had a meal at that buffet. Explosive diarrhea 45 minutes later.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Fasten those seatbelts and strap in. We'll get you to those margaritas ASAP.
Hola, bonjour. Ciao bella, mesdames, monsieur. Salam and salam.
Hey, how are you? Welcome back to Drop a Pin, a very special episode. We're going to be talking all-inclusives, which I'm sure many of you have had experiences at. I recently just had my first experience at an all-inclusive in Cancun, so I'll be talking a little bit about how Cancun came to exist and why my first all-inclusive experience didn't leave a good taste in my mouth. Chaps will share his all-inclusive experiences as well, but first I think Chaps wanted to talk a little snowblowing.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if it needs its old segment, but this is the first time that I've lived in like a cold climate. I mean, I lived in Virginia where we had like a little bit of snow. Actually, one of the years that I lived in Virginia was the most snow that they've had in like 100 years.
Snowmageddon.
So several feet. But this is the first time I've lived someplace that consistently has snow.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta tell you, I fucking love it. I love it now. Like,
well, you love it because you have all the best snow tools on your block.
Yeah, and I don't know why anyone would not. Like, when people are like, oh, I don't have a snowblower, I'm just gonna shovel it by hand. That's one of the leading causes of death.
Yeah, someone told me it's one of the leading causes of death for Midwestern men.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm
especially
at risk
men
of a heart
over
attack.
50.
Yeah.
And I'm getting close, 43.
Rest in peace to my high school janitor. He passed away shoveling the school.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was tough. He was always a really grumpy guy too. And then it just it didn't seem like he really liked being at that school. And then he dies shoveling it out.
That's
sad.
fucking terrible.
It is. His son was like a
terrible.
student at the school too. It was a sad story.
So a couple weeks ago, we had like 5 or 6 inches of snow, maybe even more than that. Mm-hmm. And I was out there shoveling my ass off, come inside, sweaty as hell. Then I would take off my clothes, strip down to my boxers, and just go stand on the porch for a while to cool down because you're so damn hot.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're actually shoveling snow, there's no correct way to dress.
Yeah, you're going to work up a sweat, and then if you take off a layer, then you're just going to end up freezing.
You're wet. Like, it's just a terrible situation. So I started watching all these videos on TikTok about snowblowers, and I was like, I got to get one of these bad boys. And so I did, and I've been waiting for it to snow. And we've had 2 days of snow this week, none of which were a lot. Like today at my house, we had like 3 inches or something like that. But bringing out the snowblower and the fact, listen, I got the Toro 721E is the model that I got. It's a single stroke engine. Everybody, like some people on the internet, whenever you posted that I like snowblowers, they were like, that's a small one. It's plenty of big enough for my neighborhood.
Okay.
But going around today, I busted it out and cleared my whole block, both sides of the block, even went to people's stairs, like all the way up to people's stairs, cleared them off for them. I had so many people that were like most of the houses have big windows in the front. So you like big picture windows, knocking on their windows. Thank you for doing that. One person already dropped off a bottle of bourbon.
It's a legendary move.
It is.
I mean, I remember as a kid, my parents would always send me and my brother out to shovel, and we had one neighbor who had like a ride-on snowblower.
Yeah.
And sometimes we'd be out shoveling, and he would pull over with that thing and just do the entire driveway in about 5 minutes, and then head out. Shout out Mr. Gledhill.
Even if it takes 5 minutes, like it might not even take 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know,
just like boom. And when you're like a young kid shoveling out a big driveway, that's like grueling labor.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, you don't need that. You don't need that. Dude, I did my backyard in 45 seconds. I mean, not that it took me long before, like 15, 20 minutes, but not working up a sweat and clearing it out that fast and a more efficient job
Yeah.
is beautiful.
And generating a lot of goodwill, like amongst the neighborhood, goes a long ways.
Yeah, I'm not doing it out of the goodness of my heart. I'm addicted to thank yous.
And free bourbon.
And free bourbon. That's exactly right.
All right.
Yeah, that's snow talk.
Yeah. Well, now let's pivot from the snow to the sun.
Yeah.
I was getting sick of the snow because we've actually, like, right after Thanksgiving, it got cold as balls and we got tons of snow here in Chicago. And I wanted to take the family somewhere warm because we just get an absurd amount of time off around the holidays.
This year was insane.
Yeah.
What was it, like 12 days or something?
I know. I felt like I was back in middle school, something like that.
It's
just
so
like a big Christmas vacation.
You know, it's a lot of days off when people come back to work and they're like, you know what? That might have been too much.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm ready to
people
be
were
back.
like, we like shouldn't be just chilling at home. Like, we need to be doing something. This is absurd.
I'm tired of being around my family.
So yeah, it was going to be my first like abroad flight for my 9-month-old son. So we wanted like a relatively short flight and definitely a direct flight. And Cancun kind of had the best deals on flights, and that was and it was like a 4-hour flight. By the way, my kid absolutely crushed it on the flight.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was charming. All of the flight attendants. The flight attendant even asked to like take him for a few laps around the plane.
Oh,
She
yeah?
was just
Well,
walking
your son is cute as shit.
Yeah, so he was just like, she was walking around with him and he was like saying hello to all the other passengers. And honestly, like I took him to Boston when he was maybe like 3 months old or 4 months old. And like, yeah, he had like a 10-minute crying bout, but the rest of the time he kind of just slept. This time he was awake for most of the flight, but just completely chill, happy as a clam. So I look forward to taking him on more flights. And so, yeah, we flew down to Cancun, but I didn't want to stay at Cancun. I've been a Cancun hater for years, even though I've never been there. It's just, I don't know. I feel like it's the most cliche place. And I mean, it's one of those spots like Myrtle Beach, Cancun. I love to shit on it, but I've never actually been there. So, I mean, I felt a little bad about that, but I was like, yeah.
Myrtle Beach got astray there.
Yeah, Myrtle Beach has caught a lot of strays by me, but we will. So we went to Playa del Carmen. Still a very touristy area, but it's about like a half-hour, 40-minute drive from the Cancun airport. Less kind of built up, and it's kind of more of an actual city town that you can walk around and explore instead of if you're in the hotel zone in Cancun, it's just resort. And yeah, we found like a great Airbnb. It was me, my wife, my son, and then her parents and my parents.
Oh,
and so,
wow.
yeah, we got like a 3-bedroom Airbnb for 7 nights, and it was around $3,000. So like $1,000 per couple came down to like $140 per night or something. Yeah, and it was a nice Airbnb, beautiful pool on the roof of the building we were in, and then just a short walk to the main strip in Playa del Carmen and a short walk to the beach. And yeah, we had a very pleasant time. All the restaurants on that main strip were very good. And they have like, you could get good Mexican food, but I had great pizza down there. I had great frozen yogurt. And
Wontons?
I did go to a Chinese restaurant, no wontons. Got some Wagyu beef dumplings though, that were pretty damn good. And yeah, I would also like in the mornings, I would sometimes jog to this beach that had like a freshwater lagoon on one side and then the beach on the other side. That was a nice place to chill.
Those little lagoons are like that when they get trapped, and it's because it's so much warmer too.
Yeah. And I think it was being fed by like a spring. I think I say this when it comes to going hippo mode, if you have like a freshwater, saltwater combo, that automatically bumps you up to like the high 8s.
Oh.
Yeah, that's just because like whether it's like a pool that's on the beach and it like one of those infinity pools that like overlooks the beach, or if you just got like a freshwater spring on one side and the ocean on the other, it's great. But towards the end of the trip, I was like, why am I going home so early? We still have like another week off at work. And I looked at changing flights, and if I extended the flight by like 2 more nights, I could upgrade to business class for $77, which is like for me and my wife, just one payment of $77. We were both sitting 1A, 1B on the flight home.
Love that.
Yeah. So I was like, let's do that. And Cancun proper is very close to the airport, maybe like a 20-minute drive. So I was like, yeah, it makes sense. Let's go up, spend the last 2 nights in Cancun, and I can finally experience it for myself. I've been shitting on Cancun. I should actually see it firsthand before I shit on it anymore. And I had a lot of credit card points saved up. So I was like, boom, I'll just use those on my first all-inclusive experience. And looked it up. There was like a wide range. There were some all-inclusives that were like $250 a night, like $300 a night, which I was like, damn, that's really cheap. But then when I looked up these resorts, the reviews were just horrifying. Like there was like, I've stayed at many all-inclusive resorts, but this was by far the worst experience ever. The entire place is pure chaos and absolutely not suitable for anyone who expects peace, comfort, or even basic respect.
Absolute chaos.
Yeah. My stay at that Grand Oasis Cancun was, without exaggeration, one of the most disappointing travel experiences I've ever had. Jeez. From the moment I arrived, it was clear that this property is not maintained to the standards you would expect from a resort of its size or price. Another review is, if negative stars were possible, this hotel would earn them. Check-in nightmare, luggage struggle, room access fiasco. And so I was like, okay, I can't do one of these, but I found one that I think was around $500 a night. So it came out to like 100,000 points I spent for 2 nights. And it got a 4.3 out of 5. It had some negative reviews, but like a lot were positive too. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to pull the trigger on that. Now, before we get into what my experience was like, have you stayed at an all-inclusive in the past?
I have.
Okay. And where was that?
I stayed in Grand Ocho Rios in Jamaica for a honeymoon.
Okay. So you flew from the U.S. to Montego Bay?
Yep, I flew from, that's when I lived in Virginia, so we flew from Reagan to Montego Bay.
All right. And
actually, it might have been Dulles.
And then from the airport, you take a taxi to the all-inclusive?
Oh, no. See, I feel like that's one of the benefits, because you went later on in the trip. I feel like one of the biggest benefits if you go to a place like Grand Ocho Rios, which is about a 2-hour drive from Montego Bay.
Okay.
So if you go to one of those places, like I stayed at Sandals, Jamaica, and I actually just looked right now. They got 4.3 stars on Google, which I feel like for any hotel getting above 4, because I'm not somebody that goes in, well, I don't leave reviews, period. But I'm much less likely to leave a super positive review than a negative review. Like it's likely that I'll leave a negative review more so than a positive.
I'm also not a review guy, but it's funny, like I fully depend on reviews when I book places.
Yeah.
But I never leave it myself. Like I've had great experiences and I never get around to like leaving a review being like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
It would have to be like a mortifying experience for me to then go and like leave a negative review. Like,
yeah.
I think the only time I left a Google negative review is I booked a tour of Angkor Wat, I think, and woke up in the morning and the tour just never showed up. And I just never got picked up, and I think they actually took my money, couldn't contact them. So I just got completely scammed. I had to leave a negative review.
Oh, yeah, you got to for that situation.
But, yeah, so I'm sure your hotel had a shuttle pick you up.
Yeah, so not just the shuttle, but they had like a big bus that was awesome. Like on the bus, they had these red stripe kegs. So you could go up and you could pour yourself a red stripe anytime you wanted on there.
Okay,
and
love
even
that.
when you get off the plane, you go into, like, they had like a little Sandals area. You can get red stripe on tap there too, on draft. And they had food waiting for you. And at this time, I think where you're at in your life is really dependent on if you're going to have a great time at an all-inclusive or not. Like at this time, my wife was still in school. She was 22, finishing up her master's degree. I was 26, and I had been in the Marines for about 5 years at the time, 6 years. And so neither one of us had money. Like, we didn't have any money whatsoever. She didn't have any school debt at all, like finishing her master's degree. And so that's the only student loan she took out was to pay for our honeymoon. Like, wherever we went.
Yeah.
So her only student loan was for like $8,000 that she took it out.
Okay.
And so we paid, I think it was like $5,500 for both of us for a week, including flights. So we got like a really great deal, like to go to a place like that. She had only been out of the country to Prague before for like a 2-week study abroad thing. And so we when we get to Grand Ocho Rios, we think we're like fancy as fuck, like we're like, this is amazing. The place that we stayed at, it was a private cabana that had your own pool.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
So you had like
That's
your
nice.
own pool. You didn't even have to talk or see anybody because it had like a private kitchen where you could call the concierge. You had like a butler service essentially where you could just call them and be like, hey, can you bring up another bottle of champagne? Hey, can you bring up some chocolate covered strawberries? Hey, can you bring up some whipped cream, if you know what I mean? Like we're doing all kinds, and it just feels unbelievably fancy for at a certain stage of your life. Really, any stage of your life. Like you get that kind of service, you're like, this is awesome. But you realize that the champagne that they're bringing up is like Andre, which I wouldn't like now. It would give me an insane hangover.
Yeah.
But overall, like the experience at that point in my life was amazing.
No, I mean, that sounds incredible, and that makes me think I probably should have splurged a little bit more.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
I did not get that sort of treatment.
But when we're leaving the airport and going through Jamaica, I like having a longer drive places. Like if I'm going to stay at a resort, I don't mind having a longer drive because you see so much more of the country. Like
Yep.
if you land in Cancun and then you're at a resort in 10 minutes, sure, that sounds really convenient. But if all-inclusives are designed for you to stay there.
Yeah, they don't want you to leave.
They don't want you to leave. They make it so easy for you to stay there. Like you have all the drinks that you're going to need, all the food that you're going to drink. And I feel like in your brain, when you go to an all-inclusive, you're like, well, I've already paid this money for everything. If I go out in town and get meals, I'm essentially wasting money,
Yeah.
which I don't like that.
Yeah, that's the mindset I had. I mean, did your resort even have like a town nearby that you could walk into?
Yeah, there was like a town. We did go out one day.
Okay.
Either 1 or 2 days. We went to the market, walked around there, had like, because Kelsey was born already. Kelsey was like 4. So went and got her like a maraca from there that was made. They make these little bamboo flutes.
Yep.
I got a couple of those. We went out to one restaurant and got like goat curry and a couple other like local dishes to try.
Yep.
So that was a good time.
Were you like bombarded by street hawkers? I hear they can be really aggressive in Jamaica.
They weren't too aggressive. I didn't find them that aggressive,
Okay.
but at all really. But I remember one of the things that makes me laugh thinking about my wife was getting pissed that nobody would offer her weed. Like it was just me.
It was only okay.
Like, why aren't they offering me weed?
Yeah, I guess they abide by kind of old-fashioned standards. They
Yeah,
think
it's like
rude
buying
to
a
walk
car.
up and talk to a man's wife. They
That's
probably
exactly
saw
right.
you there with her.
Yeah, and I was a big fella at the time.
Yeah,
So it might have
probably
been-
wearing your military fatigues.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was wearing full dress blues out
Yep.
there. It was a good time, but the food was good. I think that if you stay at a nicer all-inclusive, you are going to be satisfied with the food. The pool is great, like the swim up bar, all that stuff is awesome. But I feel like all-inclusives, the big mistake is if you want to experience the culture, you want to experience the actual country that you're going to, all-inclusive is not the way to go.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, I think if you're a young couple or if you're like still in college, I'm sure you'd have a lot of fun at an all-inclusive. When you're
Big time.
When you arrive and they're like, wait, I can just drink as much as I want.
Yeah.
Like with me, when it was just like my wife and my young baby, it's like once I arrive, it's like, okay, I got to get my money's worth here. And,
Oh, yeah.
But then it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but also it's like probably not ideal when you're with your wife and baby if you're trying to take down like close to 20 drinks a day just to say I got my money's worth.
Well, dude, I had the best, very fortunate for me at that time, where we get off the bus. I already am like 3 or 4 red stripes in, and we get up, we walk off the bus, we're getting all of our stuff to go inside, and there's a dude getting taken out in handcuffs, and his spouse is like crying behind him walking out, and you could just tell he is absolutely hammered.
That sounds like something out of White Lotus.
They're like, well, you shouldn't have punched this guy, is what the cops were saying. Like, we got to take you in for assault. And I looked at it, and I looked at Annalise, and I was like, duly noted. That I need to make sure that I'm not absolutely drinking my brains out here. Mm-hmm. Which is, it's hard not to, because you could just swim up and be like, hey, can I have a tequila sunrise? Hey, can I have a mojito? Hey, can I have a pina colada?
Yeah, that's what I was doing. And I was also just trying to eat as much too. So like, we'll talk about the food a little bit later. I want to say something about sandals, not to besmirch sandals on this pod if they want to sponsor, but I remember in 2022, there was this incident at the sandals in the Bahamas at Emerald Bay. 3 Americans died from carbon monoxide poisoning. And I think it was due to a faulty air conditioning unit.
We can't blame that on sandals.
You gotta check your fucking AC units if you're
That's so
sandals.
rare. I feel like having an all-inclusive, and it's the one thing you bring up about sandals is in 2022.
Just saying.
They happen to have a carbon monoxide leak.
Check your AC unit if you're staying at a sandals resort, dude. Because that
And
was
then
fucking
Sam, carbon monoxide death at sandals.
Yeah, dude.
It sounds way worse than it is.
I mean, yeah, I don't think that's like a reoccurring problem they have.
Did I say Michael Phelps and his wife?
But it sounds
different Michael
It sounded
Phelps.
absolutely
Phillips.
horrific.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, I think like I don't know. Do you like know how much your resort was per night or anything? Or it's
Not per
kinda-
night.
it
I
was
mean,
like
we were
a-
there
a
for like
package
5
deal.
days, and it was like 5,500, including
Okay.
flights. So I would imagine it's probably it was 500-600.
Yeah.
But we went upgrade, like we had the private pool and everything.
Yeah, I know. No, that sounds well worth it. And I think if you are going to do all inclusives, you can find great deals on these like packages that have the flights included. Obviously, this was a last minute thing, so I just went and I saw what I could get for points. I'm sure if we have any points experts listening, first off, you're invited on the pod to talk about how to maximize points. I don't think like 100,000 points for 2 nights at a very mid-range all-inclusive, I don't think was a good use of my points. So if you're a points expert, we want to hear from you. Explain to me how I can maximize my points. And I do think, so mine was around 500 a night. I feel like if you're paying $750 or above for an all-inclusive, that's when it will start to actually feel a bit luxurious.
Yeah, I'm looking at the pictures right now. I haven't looked at it in a while. This place looks like a piece of shit.
Sandals? I mean,
No, the one that I stayed at, because in my head I'm like, man, that shit was so nice. And now if I went to a place like that, I'd be like, what the fuck?
I mean, was it on like a nice like white sand beach with
Yeah.
blue waters? and
Yeah,
everything?
I'm just saying, like the actual room. Like, look at the bathroom. That looks like a Motel 6.
Yeah.
But at the time,
That's
I'm like,
a Motel 6 bathroom.
damn, look how it's decorated. Like, it's just so bad.
It looks a little outdated. Yeah, it definitely looks outdated. But hey, I mean,
it was a good time.
yeah. Now, did you have a view of the beach if you open that up? If you open up...
That kitchen, goddamn. No, I'll show you. This was our view.
Okay, and that's your little private
That's
pool.
a little private pool.
All right. I
and
mean,
like the private pool, it's not the fanciest thing in the world, but just like being a kid, grew up how I did, how my wife and I did. It was awesome. Like,
yeah, no, having a private pool is sick.
I legitimately thought at the time this might be the fanciest thing I ever do.
We talked about this on an earlier pod. The other time I tried to splurge on points, I got an overwater bungalow in Moria in French Polynesia for my honeymoon. I booked it a month earlier than our actual honeymoon.
Yeah.
So that date came and went, and I just had to wash those points down the drain too.
That sucks.
Okay, so my all-inclusive, I don't even know if I need to call it out by name, but I think it was like the Royal Sunset Beach Resort in Cancun or something. Also, same with you, a 4.3 out of 5. But from the moment we walk in, I was like, okay, they were like, hey, our entire system is down. So anytime you need to get into your room, we just need to send someone up to like open the door for you. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's just like down right now. Shit happens. It was down for our entire trip. So I either just had to leave my door completely unlocked, which I didn't want to do, or just anytime I want to pop up to the room,
That's annoying as shit.
had to get someone to go up with me.
Were they expecting a tip?
I gave the guy who brought all of our bags up a tip, but I was not doing tips for just some dude simply doing the work that a key card should be able to do. And then, yeah, so I'd already been in Mexico for a week. I was eating at Mexican spots, touristy spots. We even just cooked some meals at home. Never had any diarrhea or stomach issues at all. And
The flex.
But then after we check in, I'm like, okay, it's time to get my money's worth. Head down to the buffet. The buffet was nothing to write home about, and immediately had like explosive diarrhea, and that continued every single time I had a meal at that buffet. Explosive diarrhea. 45 minutes later. They did have one fancier Italian restaurant there that I went to at night. I have nothing bad to say about the Italian food. Surprisingly pretty decent for a resort in Cancun. But so the food was giving me diarrhea every time I ate it. And this is my wife's first time at Cancun too. She was like, I'd like to go for a walk. And I was like, well, the whole point of the all-inclusive is kind of we just stay in the all-inclusive and drink and eat. And she was like, no, I want to like see Cancun. I was like, are you sure about that? She was like, yeah, I really want to see it. So we go for a walk down the like strip, and it felt like a really shitty Las Vegas. There's like a Hooters. There's all these.
It's like Panama City.
I've never been to Panama City, so I wouldn't know. But there's it kind of felt like Myrtle Beach too. There's a Senior Frogs, which are all the rage down in like all-inclusive areas. And then like 20 minutes into the walk, I have explosive diarrhea, and I'm just like, I walk into a Starbucks that's there, and they're like, we don't have a public restroom. I try to walk into a different all-inclusive. I get stopped at the door. They're like, where's your wristband? And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not staying here. I just need to use the bathroom. They're like, absolutely not. So I was kicked out of that resort. I finally found like
That's a lot of diarrhea discipline.
And meanwhile, I'm just holding it in. I have to like run across like a busy highway. And then there's a place called Vips, which seems like, I don't know if that's in the US, but it seems like a Mexican version of like a Chili's. And I snuck in the back door, got in the bathroom, and unleashed.
Yeah.
But then I meet back up with my wife, and she was like, hey, I see there's like a really cool lighthouse a 20-minute walk away. And I was like, sure, let's go check that out. And then when we get to the lighthouse, like the whole coastline is so built up with resorts, there was no way to get through the resorts to the lighthouse. Mm-hmm. Like if we wanted to check out the lighthouse, we would have had to walk from our beach for like an hour. So there wasn't. I didn't like the actual like outside the resort. I was not impressed with either. We might have Dante come on the pod later because he raves about Cancun, and a lot of people do. I had a tweet where, who was it? Which NFL player was talking about Cancun?
Oh, Jamar Chase.
Yeah, Jamar Chase. The people are like, what are you going to do now that your season's over? And he's like, I'm going to Cancun. I didn't realize that was just, I think that's a bit just amongst the entire NFL. They all like, once your season's over, they're always like, I'm going to Cancun.
I don't think it's a bit.
Okay.
I think they actually do.
Okay, because he was like, everybody tells me I got to go to Cancun. And I was like, dude, you make $40 million a year. Why are you going to Cancun? But to be fair, if you, they have all-inclusives there that are probably $3,000 a night. And if you're staying at one of those, it's probably a vastly different experience.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But probably, again, you're not experiencing Mexico.
No. And that's what I learned because I was down there. I was like, how did Cancun come to be? And it was invented by the Mexican government. It was proposed in the 1960s. And I read something that they had a computer pick the location of where it was going to be. I didn't know they had like that sort of technology in the 1960s. I mean, that ChatGPT told me that. Did they have, it goes in the late 1960s, the Mexican government used a computer to pick the location for a new tourist destination.
That's just categorically untrue.
That can't be true.
There's no way. Do it again. Be like, did you make that up? I bet it'll be like, yeah, I made that up.
Like, did the government use a computer to pick Cancun? Did the Mexican government use a computer to pick the location of Cancun? Yes.
In the late 1960s, the Mexican government used computer modeling to select the site for Cancun.
Wow.
The Bank of Mexico's Tourism Development Agency, Fonadur, analyzed weather patterns, accessibility, and natural features with a computer program to determine that Cancun was the best location for a new resort city on the Caribbean coast.
Wow. All right. And it was a huge success.
Yeah.
They wanted to create this resort town to just attract foreign capital, foreign investment, and just U.S. dollars. Like they wanted a reason for more Americans to come to Mexico and spend their U.S. dollars. And and it worked. But before the late 1960s, just like a few fishermen lived where Cancun is now.
I would bet if I did an around the office and said, what's the first city you think of in Mexico? I would bet Cancun is 75% of the answers.
Yeah.
At the minimum.
It was probably the first location I learned about in Mexico, just from hearing like friends would be like, hey, it's spring break. I'm going with my family down to Cancun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I shouted and I was like, why on earth are you going to Cancun when you're so rich? And a lot of people were kind of offended, being like, what? I go to Cancun twice a year. Someone was currently on their honeymoon in Cancun, and they're like, that's a mean thing to say. Me and my wife are having a good time down here. And yeah, it is a very...
like, what the fuck?
I know.
What's Wonton's problem?
Yeah, like a lot of people were very triggered. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to shit on like a civilian going down to Cancun, but when you're a multi-millionaire, I think you can do better.
I mean, how you call them a civilian.
Like non-NFL players. Yeah. Those are civilians. And then you actually filmed a social clip with me. You're like, well, where should a multi-millionaire go after the football season's over? And I said, they could go to Southeast Asia, Thailand or Bali, Hawaii, stay at a Four Seasons in Bora Bora.
St. Martin.
They could go to Dubai. Mm-hmm. Dubai is actually popping off. They are really catering to rich Americans. Like, I know it's like a Muslim country, but now in Dubai you can pretty much do whatever you can do in Miami. They make excuses they make exceptions for very rich Americans. And we settled on that when you're as rich as him, you should just rent a yacht and just go island hopping in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
You could go to St. Bart's where all the billionaires go, like Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, you got to get one of those yachts that have a water slide into the water.
I'm sure you can afford that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was, I don't think it was really, worth it for me. Because, I'd spent $1,000 on the Airbnb for 7 nights, and this was just 2 nights for $1,000. And, you're under a lot of pressure when you're at an all-inclusive. You're like, I need to be eating. I need to be drinking constantly. Whereas if I wasn't at an all-inclusive, I might be like, all right, well, today I'm not hungry. I'm just going to snack, have a few drinks poolside. Tomorrow I want to ball out and find a really nice restaurant in the area and sit down for a very nice meal. But this, I was just constantly just eating slop at the pig trough.
And it's got to be worse for all-inclusive, value-wise when you're there with your baby, because it's not like you can go out and get absolutely hammered.
Yeah.
You got to keep it normal.
Yeah. Me and my wife were kind of working in shifts. I will say, Cancun, all those resorts are on a very beautiful beach.
Yeah.
In the Playa del Carmen, I wasn't getting as much of the just beautiful turquoise blues. But our resort was on a beautiful beach. Pretty wavy, but I was just holding on to my baby tight and brought him in there, brought him in the pool. My baby loves to go hippo mode, which is awesome. So the trip was a success because I learned that my baby does well on flights and he loves to go hippo mode, which is a huge plus.
He is his father's son.
Damn straight. But yeah, and I'm not even saying I wouldn't go back. I guess if I went back, I'd probably splurge and stay at one of the nice resorts. And if I only had 4 days free, it's a nice direct flight from Chicago. And if you're just trying to post up, hang in the pool, hang on the beach, but because it's such a new place, it was literally invented by the Mexican government. You're not going to find any there's no cool Mexican history, at least there is. So Cancun it's off the Yucatan Peninsula, and that was the center of the Mayan civilization. So from your resorts in Cancun, you can book trips to Chichen Itza. You can book some cool snorkeling trips around, but it's kind of you're always getting booked on these big kind of group tours, which I don't love anymore. I've done them a lot, but they can just be a hassle. You get picked up in this big minivan in the morning. You're with a bunch of people you don't know, and it kind of just feels like you're on a very strict plan. They're like, we're gonna go here for 10 minutes, tell you something about it. Then we're gonna drive you here for 10 minutes. Then we're gonna drive you to the gift shop, and like we really encourage you to buy something. And it's just a very set plan where the travel doesn't feel organic.
But sometimes on a honeymoon or something like that, you meet people that are around your same age that are doing the same type of thing, and that's kind of fun. Like because you can meet them up if you get along with them on. Like we met a group when we went on a zipline tour through the jungle there. We met another couple and we had dinner with them one night at the all-inclusive, and like me and the guy had a couple drinks. My wife was hanging out with his wife. Shout out Sean and Melissa.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
I do think a zipline tour sounds like the most all-inclusive tour I can think of.
Oh, absolutely was.
Yeah.
But so that one, we went and I thought, oh, well, all I need on the beach is going to be like flip-flops. Like I don't need a whole lot. Like we're going to just be staying primarily at the resort. And we get there and my wife is like, let's go zipline. I've never been in like a jungle environment. I'd love to go do that. So like, sure. And I get out there and the guy is like, dude, you can't wear flip-flops. We got to like do a little hike and we can't let you wear flip-flops. So I had to go into the gift shop at Sandals and buy those like Walmart shower shoes, like the water socks or whatever.
Yep.
And I look like such a fucking clown going everywhere in those water socks.
Dude, water
with like
socks.
The mesh tops, you know?
You look like a clown wearing those, but they are clutch. There are plenty of times where I've been going hippo mode somewhere where it's like a really rocky shore, and I'm like, I wish I had water shoes. And in my younger days, I'd be like, no, I'm not going to be caught wearing water shoes. I'll get absolutely roasted. Now I'm old enough to be like, no, I will gladly wear water shoes because it just increases your comfort. When you're like walking on rocks and like they can be covered in seaweed, super slippery. They can be covered in barnacles. You can just shred your feet up. Throw on water shoes. You're as happy as a clam.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So I will never shit on anyone.
Yeah, I like that you like water socks, but they are nice. Like even at the Indiana Dunes, the state park there.
Yeah.
Some of the rocks when you're going out there are a little bit jagged. When you're walking in the water, it's uncomfortable. Like it's the kind of rocks that's uncomfortable to walk on. I wear some Keen sandals out there.
Okay, yeah. No, my dad always wears the goofiest looking shoes when he goes into the water. I used to make fun of him about it, but not anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that as you get older that you don't give a shit about being cool.
Yeah.
Like I got roasted the other day for wearing transition lenses. I don't care, dude.
I mean, you need to see.
Yeah, I need to see, and I'm not. What am I? Is it nerdier to have transition lenses or to have a glasses case in my breast pocket?
Now, what is a transition lens? Is it a lens that can be like sunglasses and vision glasses?
Like, well, yeah, they're both. So
Okay.
I go outside and they just automatically turn into sunglasses.
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only time that is not cool, because the shape of them, you can't tell. That they look like sunglasses when I'm outside.
Yeah.
But when you come inside and for like the first 5-10 minutes you're inside, you're wearing sunglasses. And your name's not like the Wonton Don or PFT.
Yeah.
People are like, what's going on
We
here?
wore sunglasses inside for a long time.
Yeah.
PFT may have done permanent damage to his eyesight, just like watching sports while wearing dark shades for his first like 3 years at the company.
Yeah. And then nothing changed about his persona when he took his glasses off.
No, but that was a big deal. And then once he took off the shades, I had the courage because there were times for him and me, we would be in the background of like a stool scenes clip, not wearing shades, and the editor would like have to blur us out.
Yeah.
And then after a while, it's like, dude, I don't actually care. It's fine.
When I would go around doing like a video, PFT would be like, let me put my glasses on real quick. I'm like, all right.
It is wild though. I think I get recognized a lot more now that I don't wear shades.
Really?
Because there were when I only wore shades on camera, and then on the weekends I'm just out not wearing shades, not wearing a Shanghai Sharks jersey or something like that. People just wouldn't like put it together that I was the Wonton Don. Like I even had a guy walk up to me and be like, "Dude, you kind of look like the Wonton Don." And I was like, I am the Wonton Don. And he was like, no, you aren't. Fuck off.
Put on the glasses.
No,
like,
you
oh,
aren't.
shit, it's like Clark Kent.
Yeah. And he was just like, no, dude, you aren't. Haha, real funny. And he kept on saying that. And then I just dropped to like, hey, how are you? And he was like, oh my God, dude, I think it actually is the Wonton Don. Like he called all his friends.
Can I see your ID?
Yeah. And then I think he like handed me like a pair of shades and I put them on. I go, hey, how are you? And he was like, they're all like, oh, fuck, it actually is him. But I guess the Clark Kent Superman method actually works.
Yeah, I get recognized way less if I'm not wearing a hat.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. And then I used to go out with PFT. He wouldn't wear his shades and he would take his long hair and put it underneath his hat. And a lot of the times people wouldn't know it was him. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because you'd be like, oh, it looks kind of like him, but he's got short hair.
Yeah.
Can't be him.
Okay, so that was all inclusives. Listen, if you love Cancun, don't like stop going to Cancun just because I didn't have a good time there.
Also, if you've been to a all-inclusive that you think is the shit, let us know.
Yeah, I would like to really ball out some, because the last time I tried to ball out at the Overwater Bungalow, fucked up the date, didn't really splurge in Cancun. So at some point in my life, I would like to just ball out. I think I would probably only need 2 or 3 nights, because then I'd be like, okay, I don't only want to see this resort. I want to go explore. But like, I think if I could do 2 full days and like a sick all-inclusive, that's still an experience I would love to have.
Now, how do you feel about an all-inclusive cruise?
So that's what all-inclusives are. Land cruises. They are like we had to change rooms. Our first room was so close to the pool, and every hour they would just blast the music at the pool, and they would be like, we're doing the limbo, we're having a dancing competition, we're doing the Macarena. I don't know if they did the Macarena, but at least that's what they
gotta do the Macarena.
That's what they used to do. And it was just so loud, and they're trying to get people involved and like be entertaining, but I just found it extremely annoying. And though I did one cruise from Boston to Bermuda for my grandfather's 80th birthday when I was maybe 12.
How long is that? Like 3 days? 4 days?
Yeah, I think it was probably 2 days to Bermuda, a full day in Bermuda, and then 2 days back to Boston. And I didn't have a good time on that cruise because I was 12, I couldn't do the teen activities.
Why did you do quotes for 12 there?
So I did quotes at the wrong time. I meant to say because I was 12, I had to do the tween activities.
Okay.
Yes.
I was like, what does that mean?
So I couldn't hang out with like my older brother and all of my cousins who were older. I just had to go to these like tween meetups. And there was this one chick that had a huge crush on me, I guess. She was not a looker, and she pretty much started to like stalk me around the boat. And I was like going to my parents being like, Mom, Dad, you have to hide me
She's
from
trying
this
to get
chick.
my fucking meat.
Yeah. And yeah, she was.
But those moments, like going on a little family vacation and finding somebody like around your age to flirt with, you'll fall in love.
Yeah, this was not the type of chick you fall in love with.
Oh.
She was,
Church camp also you fall in love.
She kind of looked like a female version of you, Chaps.
Hot.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. Because I think she was a ginger and she was wearing shades. Was wearing transition lenses. That's
had a full beard.
Yeah.
Snowblower.
That's the only
That's the
reason.
whole
That's
thing.
the only reason I say that. But I mean, I think I would love to do more cruise content. I think the fact that Barstool hasn't done its own cruise is crazy. I mean, the fact like the Impractical Jokers can sell out a cruise. I think there's and I mean, they have a show on TV. They're huge, but I think there's like a couple other podcasts that have done their own cruise.
Dude, it would totally work because we have like Mook does stand up, Feidelberg does stand up, Francis does stand up. You
Yeah.
have Pop Punk as the like musical entertainment every night. You could do live podcasts with all the different shows that we have.
I mean,
A Barstool cruise would work.
I know, and I think the Barstool audience, I think a lot of them are cruise guys. Or
If
at
we
least
did it in
like
a-
cruises.
Like if you set the number at 300 to 500, definitely sell it.
Yeah, and I think you wouldn't want it to be like a week-long cruise, at least at first. You would want to just do like a trial run with like a 3-day cruise, which they have. You leave from Miami, you do a full day over to the Bahamas, post up there for a day, and then a full day back. We would sell that out so easily. I mean, I don't know if we would get our biggest talent to agree. Like, I don't think we're going to get Big Cat and Portnoy to maybe sign on for that. But I think if you just get 5 content people that are guaranteed to be on that cruise, we could.
Dude, I think way more people would volunteer to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it would be a huge sausage fest.
Yeah, it would be.
mean,
but
the
like,
amount of jerking off that would happen on that cruise would be diabolical.
I mean, would you be like, okay, we need this to have like 20% females, or else like, and just like
I think you do it where
reserve tickets. So
I think you sell it
20%.
cheaper. I think if you check in with your ID, you're gonna get like a 20% discount if you're a woman.
If you're a chick, yeah, and I think you'd have a lot of guys bringing their girlfriends. Although that might be a tough sell.
We
to your
only got one
girlfriend.
vacation this year, babe. You want to go on Viva La Cruz?
But I mean, it would be fun. Like I like kind of like trashier experiences in small doses. I mean, I went to put in
That's
Bay.
how we should market it. A trashy experience
Well,
in a small dose.
Yeah, you wouldn't want it to be like this is going to be a luxurious cruise, like $4,000 a person. Like, I think you could actually make it reasonably priced.
Dude, I bet, you know what we could do? We could do a trial run. I guarantee you there is a Chicago dinner cruise line that goes out into Lake Michigan that would love to have a Barstool night. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
If it was a drop a pin cruise that we did one summer night here, like you go out there for like 2 or 3 hours dinner cruise as
All
like a trial
inclusive?
road. Yeah. Like have like an open bar out there. You're going to eat, open bar, do like a live show or something like that.
Yep, a live pod, and then we can have Mook do like a 10-minute set.
Yeah, do a 10-minute set. Nick and KB could come.
Yeah.
White Sox Dave would definitely come. Chief, like people that are recurring guests on the show could come out there. I bet people would love to do it.
Yeah, I think you could do that. I think the thing about like an overnight, like a 3-day cruise, if like when you buy a ticket, you also sign a waiver that says like I'm okay being in content.
Yeah.
The amount of content you'd be able to film over those 3 days would be incredible because you're going to meet some characters.
Oh,
And,
definitely.
and I will say, I mean, I've ran into a lot of fans in the wild, and 97% have been very solid experiences.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not too worried. Like, oh, we got to hang out with all these like fans. It's like no, the vast majority of fans are of our fans that I've met are very chill.
Completely agree. Especially the ones that go to like the live events. Nobody's a dick in real life.
Yeah,
Like, everybody's
if
a
you're
dick on
reading
the internet.
The blog comment section, it's a dumpster fire.
Yeah,
But-
because it's like the same 15 people
yeah,
that have been there for like 20 years.
yes. Well, actually, no, because 20 years ago or 10 years ago, we actually had some like funny people in the comment section.
Yeah, shout out Sierra Nevadas.
Yeah, that is not the case anymore. They aren't even clever or humorous. They're just
When I first started, I would engage in the comment section.
okay.
I would talk to people in the comment section like it was Twitter or whatever.
Yeah.
But then they got to be, it's basically 4chan.
Yeah, yep.
It's like an alt-right network
Yeah.
comment section.
Just in the blog comment section. It's wild. They're like, they aren't even trying to be humorous at all. They're just like,
No.
oh, how can I say the most offensive shit I can
Let me
think
be
of?
as racist and homophobic as possible.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're just going to quickly bring on a few of our coworkers to share their all-inclusive experiences, and Dante will have a passionate defense of Cancun because he seems to love the place. This episode of Drop a Pin is brought to you by Nutrafol. Resolutions come and go, but growth, real lasting growth, takes time. That's why I love that Nutrafol isn't promising a miracle in 30 days. They're here to help you grow your hair and confidence from within, one day at a time. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1.5 million people. I am one of those million people. I started taking Nutrafol, and I mean, look at this. I got some nice lettuce up top. Nutrafol has multiple formulations designed to target the many root causes of thinning, like stress and hormones, as they evolve through different life stages and lifestyles, such as from post-childbirth to menopause, giving your body what it needs to grow. I haven't had to deal with post-childbirth or menopause, but that's a good point. Females can use Nutrafol too. Nutrafol supplements are peer-reviewed, NSF content certified, and clinically tested to measure results in growth, quality, and strength, helping you reach your hair goals with confidence. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code PIN. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code PIN. And I will see you all, well, I won't see you, but you'll see me on Barstool Season 2, where I'm taking a lot of people to get hair transplants, but I will not be getting a hair transplant because Nutrafol is keeping my hair healthy. Drop a Pin is also brought to you by Cash App. Now, I do a lot of traveling, and I've been pickpocketed in the past. I got pickpocketed in the Dominican Republic, and they ran up a bunch of charges on my card. But when you get the Cash App card, not only do you get access to tons of perks and benefits like exclusive early access to nationwide concert pre-sales or discounts on popular brands, but you also have extra security with the power to instantly lock or unlock your card right from your phone in just one tap. If a suspicious transaction pops up on your card, Cash App has your back by automatically declining the purchase and sending you a heads up to confirm it's you or not. My card numbers have been exposed multiple times. Sometimes you're at a restaurant in a foreign country, use your card, and they steal your information. And then all of a sudden you start seeing weird charges. Well, Cash App can make sure that does not get out of hand. They can put the kibosh on that right away. And behind the scenes, you can rest assured knowing your account balance is protected by 24/7 fraud monitoring. Spend with peace of mind today and order a Cash App card in the app or at cash.app/card. And for a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use code SECURE10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Discounts and promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Incorporated brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. Let's get back to the pod. All right, now we got Eddie, who went to an all-inclusive senior year of high school. Right?
Yes.
I mean, that is prime time all-inclusive.
Yeah.
I think that's when I would enjoy it the most.
Yeah, it was called Oasis Cancun. It was basically what we Googled.
I think that's the spot I was reading the negative reviews from.
It probably was.
At the beginning. Well, yeah, the Grand Oasis Cancun.
That was it.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
That had some horrific reviews.
Oh, yeah.
But the horrific reviews were from like people who like brought their, wife and kids there. It's like I'm sure all the high school, college kids who go there love it.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. It was definitely shitty.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no denying that. It was horrible.
It was good. It was real shitty, but it was fucking sick.
Like, I mean, a burger that like would have turned into sawdust after one bite. It was so dry. But like, yeah, and watered down beer and shit like that. I mean, I can't confirm that allegedly, but it wasn't particularly awesome.
Yeah, but you're a senior in high school, so you can't even drink legally in the U.S., and you fly down to Mexico with all your friends, and you're at a spot where that has unlimited booze.
Exactly. That's the whole goal, is we got just conveyor belts of cups of beer.
Nice.
You couldn't beat that.
So how did you spend most of your days? Just drinking at the swim-up bar?
Actually, yes. The days we did that, and then they have guys who sell bar packages at night. So we bought like a party hopper, and we got like 4 days or 4 nights to go to different clubs, all inclusive as well.
So like Senior Frogs?
Senior Frogs, Coco Bongo was one day.
Oh, that was all inclusive too?
Yeah.
That's sick.
You had a wristband, and then you were good to go in there. The City was one of them, which I think is like the largest sandbar in the world.
It's a sandbar?
Yes, it's on the beach. Largest beach bar, maybe.
Whoa.
Yeah, look this place up. And then
I like beach bars.
One called the Basic. It was like a floating island or a floating boat kind of thing.
The City, I found it. Oh, temporarily closed.
Oh, damn.
I mean, that sounds like a floating island. What was the name of that one?
It was called the Basic. That one I know is closed too. It's not an island. My apologies. That oversells it a lot. It's basically just a boat.
Okay.
That you see. It's kind of a floating structure.
That looks like a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. But when you're 18, it's sick.
yeah,
I mean,
when
that
you're
looks like
18,
a
you're
shanty
sick.
town in Bombay.
We're like, and I'm sure there were like, were you running into a lot of other kids your age? Or were most kids a little bit older?
A little bit older for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we just had a bad spring break week because we went to Catholic school, so ours was more built around Easter, which is a little later than like the traditional spring breaks. So it was a lot of older people. From what I remember, it was a lot of Canadians too, which I think has always been a popular tourist destination for Canada people. They go to Cancun.
Okay. Did any of your friends get laid?
I think so. I know one almost got arrested for peeing. We had to bribe him.
Was it Danny again?
No, it wasn't Danny. We wouldn't have we would have let him go to Mexico jail.
Now, do you think you learned anything about Mexican culture on that trip?
No.
I love the thought you've put into
No,
it.
I thought of like a Mexican American culture in Mexico. Yeah, sure, but as far as Mexican culture, no, not at all.
Yeah, I would say that was one thing I realized. Like when you're just on that main hotel strip in Cancun, like I did not feel like I was in a foreign country at all.
No.
Like I took a look at the beaches and I was like, wow, like we don't have a lot of those beaches in the U.S. But other than that, like, yeah, it's not foreign. It's like all Americans and Canadians. I think you can even use the U.S. dollar there. And every single person there is going to speak English. Is that what you found? Like you guys didn't have to break out any Spanish?
Yeah, not really. There was really no Spanish speaking, unless if just the guys, the crotch rocket Domino's guys. Those guys were interesting. You know, they got all the pizzas in the back of the motorcycle.
Oh,
you
okay.
seen those guys?
Yeah. That's something I would see when I lived in China too.
Oh yeah. So that was like new at the time.
Yeah, you're right. Because back then, if you got a pizza delivered, it's coming in a car.
Yeah, so it wasn't a guy in a crotch rocket.
Okay, so that was probably the most culture shock you experienced in Cancun was seeing pizza delivery men on motorbikes.
Probably.
And he's like, whoa.
Yeah.
You seeing this?
Is this how they do it here?
Yep.
Yeah.
It does seem silly. Like you would think the wind would get in and make it cold.
That's what I'm saying. Well, they got like a big square on the back, and that's where they.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
When I lived in China, this was before you could get delivery McDonald's in the U.S., but like McDonald's had its own crew of delivery guys out in Shanghai, and they all had these like red McDonald's bikes, and they wore a red McDonald's helmet. I stole one of the helmets at some point because I thought they were so cool.
That's got to be
And
humiliating.
yeah, they just had, and like, it was mind blowing to me, like, because it wasn't really until the explosion of Uber Eats and stuff that people started getting delivery McDonald's.
yeah, the more we're talking it through this, it seems like a stupid point now, but back in the day, like yes, you didn't just get McDonald's delivered
No.
ever.
Yeah, no, I got to experience it a few years earlier in China, and then by the time I finally moved back to the U.S., it was all the rage.
Yeah,
so
pizza and Chinese food were basically the only things you could get delivered back in the day.
that was it. And like Jimmy John's came like at the tail end of like they were like the beginning of the new school, I guess, right?
Yeah, didn't they used to guarantee be there in like 5 minutes or 10 minutes or some shit?
Freaky fast, yeah, freaky fast. But yeah, I guess the more we're talking this through, I think Papa John's on a crotch rock is revolutionary.
Okay, now
Yeah.
it did.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
It is, but now you see those guys around Chicago. I feel like they've got. I don't.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You got straight up robots delivering stuff now.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there's a guy on there's a Domino's on Clark Street. I call him the Dark Knight of Wrigleyville. This guy, I mean, he has like 20 pizzas on his back at all times, and he's bobbing and weaving through Cubs traffic, you name it, and he gets the people's pizzas. I swear to God, this guy's a hero.
Legend.
Yeah.
And so all inclusives are pretty much land cruises. I know you love your cruises. What's the best cruise you have ever been on?
So I've been on 3. I would say the best one was the first one, maybe more so because it was a big crew. We went with a bunch of college friends, and it was like a big group of our guy friends and girlfriends. And it's, you're not going to have a bad time when you do that. But probably, like, you want like the brand or what, like where it was to or what?
Yeah, like where did it leave from Florida and then?
Yeah, left from Fort Lauderdale, and it stopped in Cozumel, Mexico, which
Okay.
was cool. Like then I actually did feel like I went to Mexico.
I've heard great things about Cozumel. Where I was in Playa del Carmen, it's right where the ferry is that can take you over there. And I didn't have a chance to go, but I've heard great things.
Oh, dude, Cozumel's sick. It's an island.
Yeah.
So we rented a car, and we took it out of the little tourist little part there. When you get off, there's all the senior frogs and everything, and we drove it down all the way. Kind of made a trip around almost the whole island. So that was actually pretty cool. I would actually say I saw Mexico then.
Okay, nice.
But yeah, that was that cruise, and then one was Bahamas, and then the other one might have been Bahamas too.
And how successful do you think a Barstool branded cruise would be?
I think it'd be the biggest thing we've ever done.
I know.
Shit.
I think that's
We need to make that happen. I think
yeah.
I think we'd start small, just be like a 3-day cruise, like
Yeah.
leave
I
from
think
Miami,
smaller. I was telling
over-
him a minute ago that we should do a dinner cruise.
on the lake here.
Oh, that could be done easily.
Yeah, like
Me, White Sox Dave, and Chief went out one last month with a couple Bears players.
okay, nice.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, that was a flex. What a name drop. Jesus.
Well, I was like, it was Rex Grossman, Urlacher, and Alex Brown.
Okay.
And like,
panel.
was it branded as like the Urlacher cruise? Like, come and enjoy a night with
Yeah,
Urlacher out on the lake?
yeah.
Okay.
How do you
Yeah.
feel about the name Viva La Cruz?
Could be workshop, but it's a good starting point.
Okay. I
All
appreciate
right,
the
yeah.
honesty.
Okay.
I don't hate
so
it.
maybe
Yeah,
this
thanks.
summer we'll just do a one night like Michigan cruise. If that works out well, we'll do a 3-day cruise to the Bahamas, and if that works well, maybe we'll do a full 7-day cruise to Bermuda or something.
I've never
about
even done 7
transatlantic?
days.
I do not trust us on a boat filled with stoolies crossing the Atlantic Ocean. Absolutely not.
That was Big Cat's going away party when he moved to New York, was a cruise on Lake Michigan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that was just like a private boat with all of his friends.
No, it was
Oh.
it was a massive thing that Stoolies came to.
Oh,
and it was
nice.
like a couple hundred Stoolies and us, and the boat went on Lake Michigan, and it was all you can drink, all you can eat, and then it docked back, and that was it.
See, if that worked back then in 2016, it would definitely work now.
Totally.
Awesome. All right. Well, be on the lookout for Viva La Cruz.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Thank you,
yeah,
Eddie.
I mean, me and Dana, we've been looking for a theme cruise to go to. So there's like Creed cruises. There's
There's what cruises?
like Creed, like
okay, yeah. There's Creed Cruise. The
heavy metal. There's like Tampa Bay
Impractical
Buccaneers.
Jokers do a cruise. I know one podcast is a cruise.
Bert Kreischer does a cruise.
Yeah, Bert Kreischer does a cruise. Gronkowski does a cruise. Is it Legion of Skanks that does a cruise?
They do. Legion of Skanks does one.
Okay.
Oh, Bonnie Blue did one?
Bonnie Blue did a cruise.
Oh, yeah.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah, and
was it
everybody...
like, if you buy a ticket, you can also have sex with me?
No, you got... Not sex, but you got sucked off.
Oh,
Holy shit.
was it like a voucher, or they like mark your hand?
Yeah, I think it's like a punch card.
I hope you don't lose your punch card.
Yeah.
That'd be a disaster. Man.
I actually think it would be easier just to get fucked instead of giving blowjobs to everybody. Like it's passive versus active, right? Like after a while, you
No,
can't.
because if she's getting fucked, she can just lie back and,
Yeah,
and let people fuck her, and most guys are going to come in a couple minutes.
Yeah,
But
you
if
could
she
just
has
write
to
an
suck
audio.
them off, she's working hard. And some people, it might take them like 15 minutes to come with a blowjob.
And some people flat out can't come.
Can I say,
I don't think that's a huge problem, but yeah.
if you guys do the cruise,
Yes.
can you guys go in with an open mind rather than a judgmental mind?
Yep.
No.
100%.
No?
No, I don't think I can.
Come on.
I've
I
been
can.
on 2 cruises. One.
Okay, so you've never done it though, right, Don?
I did one when I was 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like 16 when I did mine. It was from Miami to the Bahamas.
And when you were 16, that's probably when you weren't drinking booze and you were afraid to look at boobs. And
Oh, dude, I didn't start drinking until I was 22. I didn't touch my first set of tits until I was like 20.
okay, yeah. So you didn't get to fully live it up on that cruise.
Yeah, I would. I guess now if I could change things up, I'd probably like it.
If you could drink
Sex and booze.
and look at boobs.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, Eddie, thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you guys.
Okay, now we got Miresh and Mikey Betts on the pod to talk all-inclusives. I believe Miresh is kind of over all-inclusives, and I believe Mikey Betts is just getting started with all-inclusives.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't think you're getting started. I think you enjoy them.
I love all. I want to hear your side first on why you don't like them.
I think that you go to a different country, you should be exploring a little bit more of like the regional cuisine or like the local places. When you're trapped in the resort, you're just staying there. It's like being in a hospital almost, and you're like eating their food. It's like hospital food.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that like you eat the same things every day. They put out a breakfast buffet. There's nothing different every day. Like there's the rotating menu at the dinner place. You're just eating the same slop in different variations across like 3 or 4 restaurants.
The place where I stayed was slop for sure. But I mean, to be fair, if you're willing to pay a little bit more, I'm sure you can get good food at them.
I didn't know like it's either or. I usually I'll do all inclusive. I'll drink as many Mai Tais as I can on whatever resort I'm at. I'm having fun. I'm eating for free, and then I'll do a couple nights where I go out into the regional areas and get a little nasty.
I would say like the get a little nasty.
Sometimes I get a little nasty in the
What are you
regional
going to
area.
like Senor Frogs in Cancun?
No, dude. Like when we went to St. Martin. St. Martin is beautiful. I got a nice resort, and then we went on to the French side, and there's another side too. I forgot what the other side is, but we went on to the French side, got some great lobster at a local restaurant, got some great food, and it was fun. Then we went out, danced at the clubs, went to one of their casinos, wherever they call it, casino over there. It was a great time. But all inclusive, knowing that I can go back there and then it's 1 a.m., I could still go get drunk. I don't mind. I think that's the funnest thing possible.
Regular resorts have a bar that's open.
Right.
But you got to pay.
You just put it on your room.
yes.
You're not necessarily paying till the end. It's the same concept. I would also say the
But you're
drinks
already
at
paying.
I already paid.
But the drinks at an all inclusive are like watered down a little.
Yeah,
bit.
they're trash. Yeah.
And
When you go and you have to pay per drink, I feel maybe it's a mental thing, but I feel like the quality is a little bit better.
yeah.
Drink 2. Just drink 2 Mai Tais. Like who? Like
I would rather not deal with the sugar content
sugar.
in 2, and then feel like shit.
I guess we're
baking
just-
in the sun, excreting all that sugar out of my pores.
So the
think
all
too
inclusive
much.
I stayed at, it was only the bars were only open 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. And like after 11 p.m., the whole place shuts down. You can't get shit. I just watched the Bears game, and then I was heading up to my room, and I was like, "Can I get a couple bottles of water?" And they were like, "Sorry, we don't have any." And I was like, "There's no bottles of water in this entire resort." And he was like, "No, I don't have access to them." And I was like, "I can't drink the tap here, right?" He was like, "No, do not drink the tap." And I was like, "So what am I supposed to do? Like,
Yeah.
This is a fucking all-inclusive. I can't get the one thing I need to survive."
Yeah.
So I had to walk 10 minutes to the closest convenience store and buy a bottle of water.
That's
That-
crazy.
That was the thing I was
Because
actually
usually
most
they
upset
have
about.
in areas like that, they'll just have like a fridge with a bunch of bottled waters.
Yeah,
in it.
we had about like two or four in our room in the morning, but we had already drank those, so we were completely out. And so, yeah, I forgot to bring that up earlier. That's what pissed me off the most about my entire stay.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I was like, I can just eat fucking unlimited slop all day and like shitty drinks, but when I need a bottle of water before I go to bed, I can't get one.
Yeah,
I guess
mean,
it really depends on where
Yeah.
the all-inclusiveness is.
Do you mind saying, like, when you were in St. Martin's, like, roughly how much was that per night for the all-inclusive experience?
We went for 5 days. It was $4,000, and I'm not good at math. So
Okay.
is that $850?
Yeah, a little less than 1,000 a night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little less than 1,000 a night.
I do think so. Yeah, my spot was around 500 a night. I think once you go over 750 a night, you have like officially upgraded to like another level of
Okay.
luxury.
All right. I like the another level of luxury all-inclusiveness.
Yeah,
Not
I
the
mean,
regular all-inclusiveness. Does that make sense?
Well, I don't know. I think there's a reason why like the Four Seasons isn't doing all inclusive.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't think there's like the highest level of luxury in an all inclusive.
and also, how much are you really saving? Like, if the hotel that you're at or the resort that you're staying at is like $400 a night quality, but they're charging you $800 because it's all inclusive. Is it worth it to do that, or would you stay at a nicer place for $550, $600 a night, and then pay for your drinks?
I think with the amount of Mai Tais this guy drinks, maybe it's worth it. But for like a normal person,
Yeah,
you're probably
that's fair.
not going to get your
Yeah.
money's worth. But I'm sure Mikey Betts is just
Yeah,
fucking
Maybe they
20 bucks a
made
Mai
all
Tai.
Rating Mai
inclusives for
Tai.
guys like me. Like that might be what it is. Maybe I need to look inward and check out all inclusive things.
I think you'd be surprised what you could afford.
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, yeah. All right,
But
well,
if-
check it
The
out.
other thing I don't
Good
like
debate.
about all inclusives is like the wristband culture, right? Because everybody's got different colored wristbands. You need one just to say you stay there. Then you have one that says you're all inclusive or premium all inclusive. You have one that says you don't get all inclusive. After a while, it starts to look like ultra music festival in there with like people in bathing suits with like an armful of wristbands just to stay at a resort.
This is
Yeah.
I don't want to look at that.
this
No.
is a reach.
That's not a
nuts.
reach. That's
You're
the
worried
truth.
about wristbands? On
Yeah,
a
That's a
well,
little
I
much.
just
That's a
don't-
little.
Oh,
That's a
no.
little. That's a
No,
little
I-
much.
I-
It is a lot to. It's a lot to look
It's
at.
not.
I do
on
recall.
vacation.
It's not a lot to look
It's
at.
a lot to look at on
It's not.
vacation.
Yeah, I remember Dave Portnoy had Gaz out to dinner in Miami, and they were with that guy who's like the king of Miami, David Grutman or something like that. He like owns all the fanciest restaurants there. And Gaz had a bunch of wristbands on his arm, and David Grutman was like, "You look like such a fucking loser with those wristbands." He was like, "Take those off right now if you're going to eat dinner with me."
Yeah.
But yeah, if there is one person I would trust to get his money's worth at an all-inclusive, it is Mikey Betts.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
Yeah.
In any situation. I
mean,
mean,
they-
Yeah, he's getting his money's worth.
I always get
anyway.
my money's worth. They're gonna lose money probably if they don't charge me the right amount because I will drink enough, and then I'm a scumbag. Sometimes I'll steal the glasses, bring them home.
Hell yeah.
Let's fucking
You,
go.
you
You
got
bring
it.
them back to the States?
Yeah, souvenir. I got so
Like,
many from
It's just like a
hotels.
regular glass.
I'm not talking I'm talking silverware. Like,
Oh my God.
whatever I could do, dude.
Is
Yeah.
it branded silverware?
It's nice silverware. Like it's heavy silverware.
Oh yeah, you gotta
yeah.
steal that.
I want my silverware to be as heavy as possible.
You got
Yeah.
You got to take it. I think that's Italian thing.
A
to be
heavy
honest.
silverware makes a difference.
Oh yeah.
Like if you got one that's too light, get it out of here.
yeah, it's a little flimsy. It's like you
Yeah.
took it from a diner. No, you need the nice thick ones from the all inclusive.
If I need to press it down to cut something, I don't want it to bend.
Yeah, let me ask you this: how much silverware do you have from
That's a-
places you've traveled?
Yeah, great
Oh,
question.
actually, the silverware we currently have, we bought in Paris.
Oh, you bought?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said from a
Oh, you
place. You
fucking
said,
loser.
do I have
Oh,
from a place I
buy my
traveled?
silverware in
That-
Paris.
From
So
a place that
when
I traveled.
you
I
went to
have no
Paris and
memory
you're
of
like,
the
I
place that
gotta
I
get
traveled.
these
I answered the
forks.
question.
Yeah, I mean that's like a flex to be like I'm going to break out my Parisian silverware.
It's
Yeah.
nice stuff. So I think
Yeah.
it's Sabre. It's not Sabre. They pronounce it Sabre.
Is that that's also the printer brand on The Office.
yeah, yeah. It was good.
So
it was
you
good
went to
silverware.
Paris and you're like, fuck.
Listen, I've been to Paris a lot. It's like one of my favorite cities to go to.
Flex.
So my fiance and I went when we got engaged. Saw a TikTok. And it was like a unique thing you can do in Paris, and it was like go and make your own custom silverware here at the store. So we did it, and it was cool. It was a nice souvenir.
Is that your everyday silverware?
Yeah,
That's
it's not.
pretty
It
cool.
wasn't like super expensive.
Okay. Does it have your like name engraved on it or anything?
No, you just get to pick like what
it-
the like part that you hold looks like. You can pick different colors, different patterns, stuff like that.
Okay.
Wow.
The finish on the metal, you can either pick like different styles, and then you watch them like literally make it.
There's actually a French.
So I thought it was a
place.
cool souvenir.
Yeah, Mikey Betts prefers to steal his silverware
No,
from
yeah,
all
yeah,
inclusive.
There is a French place.
How many knives from Gibson's do you have in your home?
I'll take a picture tonight. I have about 4 in my store.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, I
You-
have so many.
A branded knife at a restaurant
I-
hates to see
I
your
do
ass coming.
I do not have one. Like any of my glasses or silverware are not purchased. at all.
I will admit, if I go to a nice place, I'm a sucker for a good ramekin.
You got to take.
Ramekins?
What's a
Oh,
ramekin?
yeah. Like
Those little bowls.
the little bowls that you could put sauces in.
Oh yeah.
What's the big spoon that you
That's
put in the
just
miso
learned that
soup?
word.
Like a
A ladle?
Yeah,
An
like
Asian spoon.
An Asian.
spoon.
I have so many Asian spoons in my silverware drawer. It's insane.
How often do you eat like an Asian style soup in your home though?
Well, you,
I never do. I actually. I
So what
just.
do you-
I use
you
it.
know, but you can still
just
use that
want
for
it.
a non-Asian
You
soup.
eating cereal with that?
Yeah, so-
You're ripping Lucky Charms with that in the morning.
Yeah, I'll take big bowls of soup, yeah, or of cereal, or my dog. I just gave it to my dog because she could, like, she's a puppy, so it's the easiest
Feeding your
thing.
dog with Asian
Yeah, with an Asian spoon. It's the best, dude.
This is actually from Nobu.
Yeah, shout out, going overseas and all inclusiveness for the silverware. It's the best.
Well, you also collect domestics. Gibsons. We talked
I got so many, yeah. But let's talk all inclusive. You know, come on.
I think we're
hey.
actually done.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah,
All right.
thanks.
Thanks,
ya.
fellas.
I'm very bad at sticking to the subject, guys. I'm sorry.
Come on, Ragamuffin.
I don't know why it's not. Stop calling me ragamuffin, dude. I hate that.
Okay, I have been a Cancun hater on this pod, but now we have the number one Cancun lover, Dante the Don.
I would not go that far.
Here to sing its praises.
You would go that far because when we first started talking about it, you were like, "What?" Like out there, you were like, "What, dude? Cancun is great. I love Cancun. I go there a couple times a year."
Okay, fair, but I'm not the number one flag waving Cancun guy.
In the office, you are.
If you had a chance to go to Sicily or Cancun, you would be choosing Sicily.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm saying Cancun is not a bad option. This all started because who was the wide receiver that
Jamar Chase said he was going to Cancun, and I was like, dude, why on earth would you go to Cancun when you make $40 million a year?
And I was like, dude, it's honestly not that bad. When you live in the Midwest, it's a quick 4-hour flight, straight shot, direct. It doesn't take forever to get to. You don't even need to fly international most airports. Like, this is really weird because I'm actually going there this weekend.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah.
Randomly.
Sure.
But I'm going to surprise Mincy. He doesn't know I'm coming down. He's going to be down there at that festival. So I'm going to go.
He needs someone to document him.
I'm going to do some spy work.
Okay. Because if he goes down solo, we're getting zero content.
Yeah. But back to Cancun. Cancun has come a long, long way. And I'll admit, 20 years ago, it sucked. It was like spring. It was everything you saw. MTV Spring Break. It was just trash, Senor Frogs, bubblegum shrimp. No offense.
No, it's fine.
Not taken.
Why would we be offended by that?
That was like Cancun. Now it's like
motherfucker.
Now it has like really nice restaurants, fine dining. The Rosa Negra group, which made Tulum really pop off with the vibe dining thing, which everybody's favorite restaurants in Miami and Vegas now are all straight ripoffs of this Rosa Negra group's concepts in Mexico. They brought those up from Tulum to Mexico. So you have places like Ilios, Harry's, which isn't there, is a great steakhouse out on the water. These beautiful restaurants. Mexico is a great food country in general.
It is. There's a lot more to Mexican food than most people know.
Yeah, and they do other cuisines really well too. So it's not just Mexican. Their steakhouses are great. They're out on the water. They do fireworks shows at night. They have live entertainment. They'll stop the entire restaurant and have a guy come out and why can't I think of the name? Mariachi, yeah, but not cheesy mariachi, like Antonio Banderas mariachi.
Okay.
Oh, then the women are unbelievable, obviously.
But when you say the women are unbelievable, you're not really talking about Cancun locals. You're talking about it attracts hot chicks from the U.S. and Canada.
Not Cancun locals, but they're Mexican, and I don't know where they come from, but these girls are drop dead gorgeous. They're like models. They're not like the average Cancun.
Now, if they're coming to Cancun, that almost makes me think they're working girls.
I'm saying that they're working in the restaurants and in the places. Yeah, if you go into these places, you're these hostesses and servers, and they'll just have girls that walk around. There's this one place, I can't think of the name of it, Chambao, which is crazy. It's in this wooden giant. It feels like the biggest treehouse you've ever been in.
That sounds sick.
And
Sam,
there's a hidden club off the side of it. I can't think of the name of it. Yeah, it's spelled Chambao. Yeah, there it is. So look at this place. It's on the water. It's like a treehouse. They do a fashion show in the middle of dinner where these girls. Oh yeah, there's also a clothing store next to this place where they sell high-end clothing, and these girls walk through and model it in the middle of dinner, and they are just rockets.
I mean, that sounds cool.
You like to go to Cancun because you're horny.
They're playing music. No. Also, so this is the nightlife side. So also they have great beaches. They've always had great beaches. They just got a bad rap because Spring breakers ruined them.
They do have great beaches.
The beaches are beautiful. The sand is like the best.
Yeah.
They're big, they're wide, they're expansive. The water's beautiful. There's no seaweed, crystal clear.
Yeah. I was staying at an all-inclusive, so I was like, I got to just eat here. I didn't get to go and explore the dining options in town.
Yeah, you're basing it off like that's slumming it in Cancun. Then you've also got
That was ugly.
like
What? You don't even know which all-inclusive I
No,
stayed
but-
at. I mean, yes, it was, but
but they also have which I'm not a big like shopper, but like they have all this like luxury shopping now downtown. They built these 2 huge mall complexes, which it's all like high end, like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, all these stores.
But like when I go on vacation, especially if I go abroad, I'm not trying to hang out at a mall.
I don't either.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that's a big attraction to a lot of people because, you know, the tax, like the whole tax thing, and they save money. So there's that. It's relatively safe. I mean, I'm never like worried when I'm there as I would be if I was not in Cancun and in other places in Mexico, like with the cartel shit and all that.
Yeah. I think the only way you get into trouble there is if you're out like trying to find cocaine or find a hooker, like illegal activities like that, you might get wrapped up in trouble. But if you're not going for that, then
there's
it's very safe.
there's also some of the best fishing in the world. I was just talking to Sydney Wells yesterday about this. We're planning a deep sea trip, and I was telling her
To Cancun?
No, I'm obsessed with catching a sailfish. I've had one on my line before, and I got it 8 feet to the boat. I could see it. It was me to Chaps, and it snipped the line, and I've been devastated ever since. Deep sea fishing's like my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah,
it's
and
like
does a sailfish look like a swordfish at all?
Yeah, it looks like a marlin. Has the
Damn.
big sail.
Yep.
They're dark though. They are like gorgeous. Every time I'm there, I try to take a charter out with my friends for like a day, half day, and almost all my friends have gotten one, and I have not got one.
Are you trying to? Do you eat it, or you just want to catch and release?
Catch and release. Some people mount them. I think that's kind of fucked up. I don't think you eat sailfish. Marlin, obviously, people eat.
Yep.
Swordfish, people eat. But Cancun's known for marlin and sailfish.
That would be a fun day activity to do if
dude.
you're staying at an
It's
all-inclusive.
so much
go
fun.
out fishing for the day.
So much fun. And they're known for some of the best. Like around, I think it's February through April is when they come up to feed and mate. So that's when they're like in that area the most. So that's like the best time to go.
Where do you usually stay when you're in Cancun?
So one of my best friends from Boston has a unbelievable condo down there. That's why I go as often as I do.
Because he's just like, hey, whenever you want to crash here, just let me know.
And it's like a 3.5 hour flight from Chicago. Southwest flies there now for like $200. So he's going down there. It's going to be -10 in Chicago this weekend. I'm like, he said, do you want to come down? I said, hell yeah, I'd rather go there than freeze my ass off in Chicago. And then I heard Mintz talking about his little panic fest that's going on in Riviera Maya. So I was like, I might have to drop in and snoop.
I'm honestly, I'm kind of sold. I want to go back to Cancun now.
I put together a little itinerary for you, and I think between the restaurants, I know you enjoy some good restaurants. And those are like the, I don't want to say like the Times Square places. There's also some unbelievable spots like hidden gems like out of downtown, the vicinity that are really authentic, that are just like so well done.
Now, if you go to a fine dining place in Cancun, though, I assume it's going to be similar prices to if you did fine dining here in Chicago.
That's the thing that sucks. Is they know
American prices.
Yeah, they know they got you. But if you go outside the I forget what they call it, Zona
The
Hotel,
tourist zone,
Zona
the hotel
Hotelleria
zone.
or something. Yeah, if you go outside of that,
That's kind of all Cancun is, though. It's just that hotel zone. They do have like a downtown that's like not right on the beach, but I haven't really heard.
that's what I'm
anything
saying. If
positive
you
about
go, I think it's north. If you go up there, there's like a bullfighting arena and shit. That's what I always see. That's where, that's where like the real Cancun is.
the real Cancun,
dude. I spent a day.
It was invented in 1970.
Dude, I had to spend a day up there once. I lost my passport one year.
Yep.
Which I do not recommend ever doing. It is the worst thing in the entire world, trying to get your passport like replaced while you're in a foreign country.
That is nuts. Yeah,
you don't speak the language.
They did have bullfighting in downtown Cancun. I think I remember hearing that just like a year or two ago, it was finally banned in Mexico.
Yeah, they were doing it for a long time. It was pretty fucked up. I never went to it, but that was like I remember every time driving up there when I would see the arena, I was like, all right, now we're in like the real Cancun. And that's like the prices go off a cliff. I mean, you can have like some of the best dinners for a group for under $100, like without even coming close.
All right.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
I'm sold. I mean, yeah, bullfighting, that would definitely be a cultural experience. I saw it once in Spain, and if you're a big animal lover, I don't know if I would recommend. It was pretty brutal, but it's fascinating to watch.
You know what's nuts? I went on that cattle drive this summer.
Oh, yeah.
And we had to vaccinate. I say we loosely. I went nowhere near these bulls, but we had to vaccinate 2 bulls, and it took
COVID or
yeah, actually.
Really?
Yes, it was COVID. It was not like COVID like we have, but COVID's like a COVID. Yeah, COVID's like a
COVID.
COVID's like a general term for like a cocktail of viruses, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah,
I thought you were a big anti-vax guy.
Bro.
I
know. Bro, those bulls are no fucking joke.
No.
They are like buses, just muscle on top of muscle. They're so mean. Like, yeah, I don't know how people get in a ring with those things. I know they're all doped up and everything, but still, I wouldn't test it.
Yeah, I mean they've got like a bunch of swords. But you're right, yeah. The swords help, but it's got to be terrifying.
What's your favorite? I love Mexico in general. Like everywhere I've been in Mexico, I love.
And I haven't explored it too much, but the Yucatan Peninsula in general, I think, is an awesome place. There's all these old Mayan ruins all over the place.
Yep.
The whole Riviera Maya, that coastline is beautiful. And then Mexico City, I've now been twice. Love that spot. That's probably one of my favorite places to eat in the world.
That's where I really need to go, because all my chef friends my chef friends are like some of the best in the world. They all agree Mexico City is like the best food city on the planet.
Yeah, every meal that we ate there was
That's what
delicious.
You guys told me. Yeah.
And it's also a direct flight from Chicago, about 4 hours.
And it's like
and cheap.
Yes.
And they have more Michelin stars like than anywhere. There's like so many places that have stars and 2 stars and 3 stars.
Yeah.
The one that I ate at, Bobby Flay, was at the same bar. We went to a chef.
Shut up.
We went to a chef tasting. It was like a 10-course meal with like mole that's been cooking for like 100 years, like in the same pot or some shit like that. And we looked down, and Bobby Flay and the woman who won American Top Chef like the year before, they were sitting there eating the same exact shit we were. Like, and Bobby Flay was like raving about the food.
That's a pretty good cosign.
It also
right, seeing that
in the 2025 best bars in North America. No, actually, I think it was best bars in the world.
Yeah.
16 of the top 50 were in Mexico City.
And they had number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. They I really need to go there. I'm just terrified of it because I've flown into it to transfer.
Yeah.
And it is like, it looks like Sim City flying into it. It is just so massive.
It is
It
massive.
sprawls.
Massive.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the American tourists stay in like 2 areas. Roma Norte and then whatever. I forget the other one, but I feel like that's most of what tourists see is just those 2 areas. But it sprawls. It's
Horrific.
huge.
Oh, one last thing about Cancun too. This is 100% what I would tell you to do. Isla Mujeres. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
You'll love this. You'll love this too. Little tiny island off the coast.
Oh, Isla Mujeres.
Isla Mujeres.
Yes.
You could swim to it, but you have to be a really good swimmer.
Yep.
There's a ferry. I think it's like 10 or 15-minute ferry that goes every half hour. And I've been going to Cancun for like 20 years. Seeing the progression
Huge
of
Cancun guy.
Isla Mujeres over the 20 years. Yeah, like that giant hotel never existed on there. It used to just be pretty desolate and local. The reason it's called that is island. It's translate to Island of Women. When Mexico would go to war, that's where they would send all the wives and women, and they would send them there so that when they got invaded, they'd be safe.
When you say when Mexico would go to war, are you talking about like
when
back
they
in
would
the
be
day of like
whenever they would be
the
invaded?
Mayans?
Yeah, like when they had to like worry about furthering on their
a good idea.
civilization.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it got the name. But it is so freaking cool. It's like Martha's Vineyard in Cancun. You go there, there's no cars.
Yeah.
It's all scooters and golf carts.
Yep. So it's more like Block Island then.
I haven't been to Block Island,
Okay.
but yeah. So that's how you get around. They have some of the best fucking restaurants, all hole in the walls, like dive bar feel. But the food is. I went to this one place. It was Cuban, surprisingly. It wasn't Mexican. It was Cuban cuisine, and they serve you whole fish. Every dish you get is a whole fish, and they come out on these like cafeteria trays, and it was almost like paella with like the rice and the shrimp and everything in it, but it wasn't cooked in a cast iron.
Yeah.
But I have pictures of it. I should have came better prepared with names and everything. But
No,
dude,
that was
I would send you this place. You would fucking love it.
Yeah.
I'm a huge paella.
No, I had a friend that went on his honeymoon to Isla Mujeres.
Oh, no way.
And he was like, hey, I know you're not a big fan of Cancun, but you got to give this place a try.
Dude, you'll love it. It's awesome. I'm glad I remembered and brought that up.
Nice.
It's a great little gem.
Well, thank you, Dante. I think you've probably convinced a lot of people listening to give Cancun another shot.
Mm-hmm.
And there you have it. We have a lot of varying opinions on all-inclusives. Some good, some bad, some very scummy, like how Mikey Betts gets all of his silverware from those spots. But, yeah, I'm not going to fault them for that because all-inclusives are probably trying to rip you off any chance they get, so might as well take a couple forks to go.
And it's not all inclusive except for the silverware.
Yes. It's just all-inclusive, except for a fucking bottled water if you need to get it after 11 p.m. Do you have any final thoughts?
No.
No. Okay. I hope I haven't scared you and your wife away from all-inclusives. I mean, I'm not going to judge you. If your next vacation with your wife is all-inclusive, I'm not going to be like, fucking Chaps, he never learns.
It won't be.
Okay. But feel free. I'm not going to judge. I will not.
Thank you.
I will not judge any of our viewers too. Who, if you love all inclusives, that's fine by me. I think I need to give all inclusives another shot. After
I mean,
there's
variance. You know, I don't think you can paint it with a broad brush whenever it comes to things like that. Like all you can eat, you can either have Golden Corral or you can have Caesar's Palace. Like there's a big variance there.
Mm-hmm. I think Chinese food buffets, that's the best time for all you can eat in my book. But
depends.
A wide range when it comes to Chinese food buffets too.
Yeah, you can either have instantaneous diarrhea or
you
really
can wait
good.
an hour and a half and get diarrhea.
Yeah, it's coming either way.
It's coming either way, but it just depends whether it's painful or not.
Exactly right.
Sometimes diarrhea is like not painful at all. You might have to wipe extra hard afterwards, but like didn't hurt going out. Just a little, just not as solid as your everyday poop.
Just a nice little flow.
Yeah. Okay, and on that note, we will end the podcast. See you guys next week.